What's up guys, MomoJiri here, and today I have something special for you guys. Today I'm going to give you a deck profile, but also I'm going to be explaining my choices. And we're kind of going to go over, the Blackwing support. What's there, what isn't there, and why doesn't anyone use it? So, you see the deck, and I'll explain everything later. And so let's just get right into it, shall we? Alright, so the first one would be Blackwing Aurora, the Northern Lights. It's a level 10 Blackwing. Questionable attack, 0 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except by removing from play 2 face-up monsters, 1 Blackwing tuner and 1 non-tuner. Once per turn, you can move from play 1 Blackwing Synchro from your extra deck. This card's name, attack, and effects become the same as that monster until the end phase. You can already see why it's not that good. You have to banish 2 monsters just to get a Blackwing Synchro from your extra deck to use as a fact. It's not that good because the Blackwing Synchros don't really have that good effects that you would want to do something that extensive for it. And having 2 Blackwings on the field means you're doing a good job and you're actually having plays and you're doing pushes, so you don't need this card. So right now in my book, this is a definite no. Now we go to Blackwing Ouroboros the Megaquake. Nice name. Level 7, 2600 attack, 1800 defense. Cannot be special summoned. Any monster that battles with this card is not destroyed by that battle and returns to the hand after damage. Once per turn during your main phase 1, you can have this card lose 1000 attack and return all cards in your opponent's spell and trap card zone to the hand. First, it can't be special summoned, so that's bad. And it doesn't destroy monsters by battle, it returns them to the hand. It's good and bad. And its last effect, once per turn during your main phase 1, it loses 1000 attack from 26, and it returns all cards in your opponent's spell tracker zone back to the hand. So this is a really hand-oriented card. Now the hand effect is kind of good. And that attack decrease stays, so it doesn't go back. You can only use it twice, per se. I mean, we're not really in a format right now where monsters stay on the field or where they have battle, they're not destroyed by battle. We don't really have that right now. Maybe during Down Rabbits, when Spirit Reaper was everywhere and Snowman Eater, then we might have a problem. But this is a form where we don't really need it, so it's a pass on this one. Next we have Kogarashi the Wanderer. 2300 attack, 1600 defense. It's a level 6 tuner. Now, its effect is when a face-up Blackwing monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. When you synchro summon using this card as a synchro material monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. So, that's good, but you don't really want your Blackwings to be destroyed, and you're never going to search for this card, so you have to draw into it. And you never, this is a dead card if you draw into it late game and you have no other plays. You can't really do anything with it. It can't be special summoned normally. To summon it's hard enough. And you don't have any low level non-tuner Blackwings in the deck besides Kalute. I mean, you could put them in for this card, but I wouldn't. Not right now. Maybe in the future when someone decides to do something, but it isn't right now. Now, Elfin the Raven is a card that I always wanted to put in. It is a 2200 attack, 1200 defense point, level 6 monster that says if you control a Blackwing monster, you can normal summon this card without tribute. When it's normal summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls and change the battle position. So that's good. If your opponent has a nice strong monster in attack, we'll switch to the defense and power over it. But you need a Blackwing on the field to be able to normal summon first. And you can't search this card unless you run Kogarashi. I mean, it's, you could say better than Sirocco if you have a monster on the field already because you just plop it on the field. But besides that, it's not that good. Blackwings is about special summoning. You can't just be normal summoning just like this. Maybe in a new build that I'm testing out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Next, we have the infamous Sirocco the Dawn. Now, Sirocco is a wonderful card because it's a level 5, 2000 attack, 900 defense point effect monster that reads, if your opponent controls a monster, you control no monsters. You can normal summon this card or set it without tributes. So it's kind of like a little surprise factor there. Once per turn, you can target one face-up Blackwing monster you control. Until the end phase, it gains attack equal to the total attack of all face-up Blackwing currently on the field. Mirror matches suck. Monsters other than the target cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. I'm never sure how many copies I want to run the deck, either 1, 2, or 3. But right now, I'm not even running any, if you guys can see. So it's a work in progress. Unless I'm running more Blackwings and Vayu, I might put Sirocco back. But that's for future builds. Boreal's the Sharp. 1300 attack, 900 defense. Level 5. It reads, you can move from play this card from your graveyard to select one face-up Blackwing monster you control. If that monster battles when an opponent's monster this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no damage from that attack. From that battle. After damage calculation, destroy the opponent's monster that battled the selected monster. We don't really need that. Because if you're taking damage when you have a Blackwing on the field, you're doing it wrong. Those Kalutes, man. You need those Kalutes. This card is okay, but since it's level 5, the only way you can send graveyards with Foolish Berry or Lavo Chain. Lavavo Chain. This isn't that practical. It's not that good. Next, we have the Tailwind. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It is a level 5, again, 1200 attack, 800 defense. These attacks and defense suck. If 2 or more Blackwing monsters you control are destroyed in the same turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to graveyard as a sync material monster, you gain 600 life points. Alright, the life point one is weird. And you have to have 2 or more Blackwings to be destroyed in the same turn. And you have to have this card in your hand. All of those suck. Because if you have 2 or more Blackwings, like I told you, you're winning. And if they're destroyed, you're doing something wrong. So it's a pass on this card. Alright, next we have Helen the Tengu Wind. Not to be mistaken for Reborn Tengu. Now it is another level 5, 0 attack, 2300 defense, tuner. When you take 2000 more battle damage from your opponent's direct attack, you can select one level 3 or lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster, and discard from your graveyard. The effects are negated. Each player can only use the effect of Blackwing Helen the Tengu Wind once per duel. Alright, now who's going to use that effect more than once? I don't know. You have to take 2000 damage or more from a direct attack. And you have to have a level 3 or lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard. You only have 2. Gale and Steam. That can be summoned. Blizzard can't be summoned from the graveyard. Now, I mean, it's okay if you want to summon Beals like that, but you have to get this card in the graveyard first. I mean, everything in the deck can search it out, but besides that, it's not. No. I mean, it's a tuner. That's nice. But can't really, it's not practical. Now we have the generic Shura the Blue Flame. Can destroy a monster by battle. You know, let's just read this effect. It is a 1800 attack, level 4, 1200 defense point monster. It reads, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon one Blackwing monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck. That monster's effect is negated. Now, this is a great card because Lance, Kalute, Book of Moon, anything you can think of, can manipulate your opponent's monster or your monster, change the attack, change the defense, and power over and just, you get to summon more monsters from the deck, and that's all Blackwings do. We attack, destroy, summon, and spam. Maybe in that order. So I like it. If you're not playing it, weird. I played 3 of those. Next we have Bora the Spear. Level 4, 1700 attack, 800 defense. It reads, if you control a Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Bora the Spear, you can special summon this card from your hand. During battle between this attacking card and defense position monster whose defense is lower than the attack of this card, inflict a difference as battle damage to your opponent. It's a piercer and can be summoned if you have another Blackwing on the field. Case closed. Next we have Zephyros the Elite. 1600 attack, 1000 defense, level 4. If this card is in your graveyard, you can return one face-up card you control to the hand. Special summon this card, and if you do, take 400 damage. You can only use the effect of Blackwing Zephyros the Elite once per duel. I hate you, Konami, because you just wanted Blackwings to suck. Broke it. Next we have Blackwing Kochi the Daybreak. Kochi reads, Kochi the Daybreak is a level 4 tuner, 700 attack, 1500 defense point monster. If this card was special summoned, this card cannot be used as a single material monster. That effect cannot be negated. So if you destroy a monster by battle, summon this monster with Shura. Still can't use this effect because it's not an effect, it's kind of a condition, but it's something that can't be negated, so that sucks. And this is great because you could summon it with Shura. You don't need to synchro with it. And you could exceed all day. So that's really good. And it combos really well with Bora. Because you normal summon Kochi, special summon Bora, you could sync for any level 8. I only play Beals because Beals is amazing, except when they compulse it, you guys go die. So it's a yes in my book. Next we have Blackwing Camilla the Haze. It is a level 4 monster, 600 attack, 1800 defense. During your opponent's battle phase, if you control no monsters, you can remove from play this card from your graveyard to select one synchro monster in your graveyard and special summon it. It is removed from play at the end of the battle phase. Now, like I told you before, the Blackwing Synchros don't have that good effects to be dedicating monsters to summon them like this. Or to use their effects. And if you don't control the Blackwings and you have this in your hand... And its only effect is in the hand, nothing else. I don't see any plays with it besides with Bora. Or you could summon with Shura, make another exceed. But besides that, it's a useless card if you get it on the field. Next we have Kalut the Moonshadow. Case closed. Next we have the Moxus the Polar Knight. It is a 1300 attack, 700 defense point monster that reads, during either player's turn, you can discard this card to target one Blackwing monster you control. It gains 500 attack into the end phase. Now this is just a lower scale Kalut. Now, I like it because you could summon Kalut and then search this, and then Kalut is a 1900 beater. But the deck is tight, and Kalut is doing a great job by itself. And you don't really need all this attack points. And it's really useless, actually. Just extra 500. I mean, on Shura, that's 23, but that's not doing much. Bora, that's 21. Zephyros, that's... No, Bora, that's 22. Zephyros, that's 21. It's not really that good. So we're going to pass on this for now. Until we need more attack. Now we have Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. Needs to be at 3. We're done here. Fireworks. Now we have Blackwing Breeze the Zephyr. It is a level 3 tuner. 1100 attack, 300 defense. I used to play it. If this card is added from your deck to your hand by the effect of a spell trap or monster card, you can special summon this card. This card cannot be used as a single material monster except for the synchro summon of a Blackwing monster. Now that is great because you could summon anything, search this out, special summon it straight to the field. And also if you use Allure of Darkness and you draw into this, you could summon it straight to the field. I'm not sure why people think you can't, but you can. It's a great effect. But besides that, it's not really that good because it's restricted. They could only synchro summon it, synchro with it for a Blackwing monster. And like I told you, their effects aren't really that great to be dedicating monsters to them. I mean, I might put it back in just to have, really, but I don't know yet. Next we have Gladys the Midnight Sun. Now I really like the names of these Blackwings. It is a level 3, 800 attack, 1500 defense point monster. If the only face-up monster you control is one Blackwing monster other than Blackwing Gladius the Midnight Sun, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Now you see, that effect is pretty good. If you draw into this and you have nothing else, you can just set it and your opponent tries to attack it. It's not destroyed. They have to attack it again. Now, you can just mess with your opponent's head and think you're playing Gears or Fire and Ice Hand. You know, something like that. And the fact that you can special summon is really good. But the fact that it's level 3 and only 800 attack sucks. I mean, you can normal summon Gale, search this out, special Gladys, and then summon Goyle if you want. That's a bit excessive. But until we need more spam, this card is a no. Next we have Blackwing Steam the Cloak, one of the new ones. Now, it is a level 3 tuner, 800 attack, 1200 defense point monster. It reads, if this face-up card leaves the field, special summon one Steam token. Aqua, Wind, level 1, 100 attack, 100 defense. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute one monster. Special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use this effect if Blackwing Steam the Cloak once per duel. If this card was summoned this way and is used as a single material monster, all other single material monsters must be Blackwing. So, this can only be used in Blackwings, unlike Zephyros, because everyone wants to abuse Zephyros. Now, the fact that they made the token a Steam token, not a Blackwing token, and it's an Aqua Wind, sucks. It's supposed to be a Winged Beast, Blackwing token, because Icarus Attack and Black Sonic, you know, all that. That could work. But no, they want to mess with us like that. Oh well. But its effect is good because if you use Icarus Attack with it, you get a token, you get some defense, and then if the token stays, you can summon this back, and you can do a bunch of other shenanigans. So it's a good card, but only at 1. Next we have Blackwing Atessian of Two Swords. It is a level 3, 400 attack point, 1600 defense point monster. It reads, if a Blackwing monster you control battles an opponent's monster, and that monster is still in the field at the end of the damage step, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent. Now that is a very nice burn effect, but most of the time when you battle an opponent's monster, their monster is not going to stay on the field. So that effect is useless. So it's a no. Next we have Blackwing Ghibli the Searing Wind. It is a level 3, 0 attack point, 1600 defense point monster. Blackwing's attack and defense are really sporadic. It reads, when your opponent declares direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can switch the original attack and defense of this card until the end phase. Now, the fact that you can only summon it, the fact that its only effect is when your opponent declares direct attack sucks, because if you don't have a field, that sucks. And if you have this card, your opponent probably knows because you searched for it. And the fact that you can switch the original attack and defense of this card is okay if that didn't suck. Now, it's only 1600 attack if you do switch it, and it doesn't switch during your opponent's turn, so you can't put it in attack mode and just scare your opponent. It's a card I've been thinking about, but it's not worth it. So that's a no. Next we have Blackwing Blizzard the Far North. Enough said. But I'm not sure what numbers I want to put this in. Now, Blizzard the Far North is a level 2, 1300 attack, 0 defense point tuner. It reads, this card cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Blackwing monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position. Now, that's amazing because you just love summoning monsters in this deck and you just love spamming everything. And this is a great card. But because of the, I want to say, lack of Blackwings right now, putting it at 3 isn't really that wise because drawing a lot of copies of this card is not fun. Especially early game, you can't do anything really. So my number right now is 2, might up to 3 in the future. Next we have Blackwing Gus the Backblast. Its effect is, if you control no cards, only good turn 1, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is face up on the field, if your opponent monster attacks a Blackwing monster you control, the attacking monster loses 300 attack during the damage step only. First effect sucks. Oh. It is a level 2, 900 attack point, 1400 defense point monster. Now, it sucks because you have to have no cards on the field to special summon it. It's not a tuner. And your opponent's monster only loses 300. So, right now, this is not a good card. Because you always have cards on the field. What are they doing? Next we have a card that I've loved for a very long time, but I haven't put in any of my decks because of the impracticality of it. Now, Blackwing Feign the Steel Chain. It is a level 2, 500 attack point, 800 defense point monster. It reads, this card can attack your opponent directly. When this card attacks your opponent directly and inflicts damage to your opponent, you could change one attack position monster your opponent controls to defense. Now, I used to have a really nice combo where I used to get this card up to like 87 or 9700 attack points and attack directly. Because 2 Sirokkos and this is broken. But since Sirocco is not being played much and your opponent loves stopping everything, well, stopping everything effect-wise, it's not that good. So right now, I'm going to have to pass on it, but I do love this card. Next we have Blackwing Mistral the Silver Shield. It is a level 2 tuner, 100 attack, 1800 defense. Weird, right? Now, if this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, reduce the battle damage you take from the next attack this turn to 0. That's great, because that's less damage for you. But besides that, it's not that good. You can't special summon it. It doesn't have a special summon effect. You can summon it with Blizzard. I mean, it's just bad, because if you could special summon it, that would be better, but so I have to pass on it. I used to play it, now I don't. Next we have Blackwing Vayu the Emblem of Honor. I'm pretty sure, on top of everything, this is the most controversial Blackwing card out there, because no one knows what numbers to play it in. Like, you have to dedicate the deck around it, or do you just play one of it? I don't know. Now, Vayu is a level 1, 800 attack point, 0 defense point monster. Tuner. If this card is face up on the field, you cannot use it for a single summon. If this card is in your graveyard, you can remove from play this card plus 1 non-tuner Blackwing monster in your graveyard and special summon Blackwing synchro monster from your extra deck, whose level is equal to the total levels of the removed monsters. No higher, no less. The effect of that synchro monster is negated. Now, because it has a graveyard effect, it kind of puts a damper on things because you have to get it to the graveyard first. And the only way to do that is with Shura. Effectively. Or set it Icarus attack, something like that. Now, I like it, but since I'm not running Sirocco, I can't play it. But I used to run an entire Dark Grepher, Armageddon Knight, Sirocco, Elfin, Vayu Turbo deck, and that was a lot of fun. But right now, can't win anything. But you might see an appearance. So for right now, I'm going to pass. Next we have Blackwing Jin the Rain Shadow. These are great names. Now Jin is a level 1, 600 attack point, 500 defense point, tuner. Which is lovely. If this card battles a monster whose defense is equal to or less than this card's attack, destroy that monster immediately with this card's effect, without applying damage calculation. Now, this is a good card if you use Collude and like Forbidden Lance to manipulate the attack and defense of monsters on the field. But it only has 600 attack. If it had more attack, like 1100, that would be better. Or like 13, that would be good. And it's a tuner, but it can't be special summoned. You have to normal summon it. That's not that good. And unless we play in a format where defense are really low, or we could like manipulate defense better, This card is gonna get passed up on. Next we have another card that people love playing but don't know what numbers to play it in. It is Orochi the Squall. Now, it is a level 1 tuner, 400 attack point, 600 defense point monster. It reads, if you control a Blackwing monster except Blackwing Orochi the Squall, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon Blackwing Orochi the Squall this way once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a single material monster, you could target one monster on the field and change its battle position. Now that's lovely because you could summon normal summon Shura, normal summon Bora, normal summon Zephyros, search this card out, special summon it, and you get an instant synchro, and you could switch to an opponent's battle position, which is really good. You can even switch your own. So I like that. But because it's so weak, it can't do anything on its own. And it's a low level, so it can only make a small number of things. I mean, I like it, but I need to be playing a really heavy Blackwing deck to play this card. And I might in the future if it comes to that. But right now, I don't know. And for now, it's a pass. Next, we have Blackwing Jetstream the Blue Sky. It's a really nice name. It's a really nice looking card. It is a level 1, 100 attack point, 800 defense point monster. It reads, during damage calculation, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to prevent a Blackwing monster you control from being destroyed by this battle. Now, there are only a few cards that can be activated during the damage calculation, so that's pretty good. If your opponent just somehow happens to crane you. But, I mean, I'd rather search for a Kalut than Jetstream, really, because I gain attack, and it's not a tuner, it's just one effect. It's not that good. And Blackwings don't need help not being destroyed by battle. They need help staying on the field. Because card effects suck. But it's interesting. I might put it in just cause. But for now, I'll have to pass on it. Now, another one of the new cards is Blackwing Hurricane the Tornado. It is a level 1, 0 attack point, 0 defense point tuner. It reads, once per turn, you can target one synchro monster on the field. This card's attack becomes the same as that target's current attack until the end phase of this turn. So you have to have a synchro ready on the field. And it only gains the attack of that monster. So it doesn't go above it, doesn't go below it, doesn't steal it, doesn't make the opponent's attack 0, it just copies it. Not even a defense. Now, I mean, it's great if you want to crash, but that's about it. I mean, if someone gets this on the field, copy their attack, Soroko, something will gain the attack, I guess. But I'm not sure why Konami did this. And that's a pass on this card. And guys, that's all for today. That's all the Blackwing monsters that I'm going to cover for this video. Now, in the next coming days, I will cover the synchro monsters that are in the deck and synchro monsters that kind of go with the deck. Then I'm going to go over the spells and traps of Blackwings and tell you guys why I play them and why I don't play them. And if you guys have any suggestions, if you guys have any cards you want to see, post them down below. Remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to this channel so we can get some more videos out there. Someone just exploded. Alright guys, so I told you I would give you a deck profile, right? So it's just going to be a real quick one, and I don't normally do deck profiles like this, but for today it's just going to be like this. And tell me guys if you like this better or the other way better. I don't know yet. So, we start off with 1 Dark Arm Dragon, standard, 3 Shura, 3 Bora, a Zephyros, still 1 Kochi, 3 Kaluts, Gale, 1 Steam, and 2 Blizzard. Might put up to 3, might keep it at 2, I'm not sure. 1 Allure of Darkness, draw power, 3 Duality, draw power, 3 Black Whirlwind, draw power, Forbidden Land, drop Destruction Negation. So, Lance is a card that I love because when your opponent deprisons, mirror forces, dark holes, torrential, needle stealing, anything, You prevent your monster's destruction, or when they attack you and you don't have Galoot yet, you just stop their monster because they're weak. And I only play 2 MSTs because of the trap lineup. 1 bottomless, 3 Icarus attacks. I'm playing 3, count them, 3 Icarus attacks because it's just so good. Summon a monster, summon another monster, summon another monster, synchro, have 2 monsters, your opponent tries to do something, Icarus attack. Tribute 1 monster. And it's so good because it's a 2 for 2. If your opponent tries to destroy one of your monsters or target Icarus attack for a destruction effect, chain Icarus attack, target 2 of their cards, and it's a +1. Then you have Trapstone. Trapstone, I've been testing, always wanted to use it, and now I finally use it. It's just a great card, and I love it. Opponent tries to do everything, just negate everything. And yeah, it combos really well with Vanity's Emptiness that I played 3 of. Because if you really have to use like your resources, Trap Stun, Vanities won't go away. It will stay on the field, so that's good. And 2 Deep Prisons, because of Vanities, when you have a lock, they can't special summon, so they're going to want to attack to destroy something. But with Deep Prison, they can't attack. Or they can, and just get banished. Then you have the 2 Phoenix Chains, because Phoenix Chains is amazing. Stops their effects, stops their attack, and because of Vanities, you're good. And then you have 1 Solemn Warning to stop summons. Now we go to the extra deck. I play 1 Beals, because it's Beals. 1 Armor Master, because it's good, its effect is good, and sentimental value. Black Rose Dragon to blow up the field. I really want to put Black Rose Dragon up to like 2 or something, because it's just good. Goyo Guardian, of course, because it's so easy to make with 1 card, Blizzard. Arm Ring, Piercing. Vulcan, just to bounce things back. Armades, stop Mermail, Abyssland, stop Fire and Ice Hand. That's all you need to care about. Oh, and Giga Armor. So they're good. Then you have Master Key Beetle. Now, Master Key Beetle combined with Vanity's Emptiness is a lock that your opponent can't stop, really, because it can't MST Vanity's Emptiness because Key Beetle protects it. And if they try to destroy Key Beetle, you have a Lance to stop that. If they try to destroy it with a trap card, Trap Stun. So you're doing good right now. Then you have Black Ship of Corin to send any monster to the graveyard that you can't deal with normally. 101 to take any monster you can't deal with normally. Zero Fine to negate anything you can't take care of normally, and it gains lovely attack points. Diamond Direwolf, in case you have extra Blackwings on the field, you just pop one of them to destroy one of your opponent's cards. It's not bad. Then we have Exciton Knight to blow up the field, Abyss Dweller to stop the graveyard, and Gaga Cowboy for a game. Now, side deck. My side deck is extensive, and I'm still switching it around. I'm not so sure yet. So, I play 2 Maxis and a DD Crow. Now, when I go into game 2 and 3, or just game 2, I take out the duals and put all 3 hand traps in. Because I just want to get rid of cards in the graveyard, if I need to. And Maxi is better where your opponent goes because you can't stop anything. And you could draw. I play Deck Devastation Virus because it's so good. Sylvans, Geargias, Light Sworns. It's good. 2 Mirror Forces, so when I sight into the skill drains, they will want to attack me. But with Mirror Force and Deep Prison, they can't attack. Or they can, they just get destroyed. Now, I side deck the Delta Crows because I want to main deck MST. Simply because there are a lot of decks that don't run spells and traps right now, like Dragons and Light Sworns. You know, 2 separate decks. And then there's Dragon Sworns. That's a different deck. But yeah, so I keep it in the side deck just to make sure that when I go against a deck with heavy back row, side in quickly, and I'll be fine. Because Delta Crow is just good. Then you have the 1 Macrocosmos to get rid of Graveyard. I don't play Deep Fisher because all that Graveyard negation stopped me as well. Then you have 2 Light Imprisonings for Hierarchics, Light Sworns, Boojins, Artifacts, and a lot of other things. Skill Drain because everything runs around effects. I might even put this in the main deck, but I'm not so sure. I'm still switching, like, yeah, switching around with it, so I'm not sure yet. And the 2 debunks for any graveyard effects that I can't get rid of, or if I don't have my Macrocosmos out. And you don't see Soul Drain because I was just testing around with this build. I didn't really want to use Soul Drain at this time because I have Skill Drain, and that life point count is going lower, so I can't be paying all these life points. I can't hold all these life points. Why am I paying them? And yeah, guys, that's the deck. I actually came in second place at the tournament I went to on Thursday, and I was really happy because I went against like Madoches, I went against Windups, people playing that again. I went up against Hat, and it was fun. I only lost to a guy playing Gear, Hat, Trap Trick, Artifacts. Yeah. Hacked. However you want to say it. And yeah, so that's the deck. I hope you guys like it. You guys are going to see another video this weekend because I will be going to a National Pack 5 tournament. That will be the first of its kind around here. And it will be newly released, and we're going to see what we can pull. And I hope it will be really good, and I'll show you guys what I get. And that's the deck. I hope you guys like it. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, you know, leave some comments, PM me, you know, anything really. And as usual, guys, I'll catch you guys later.